Good morning. This is the Great Basin Fire Potential Briefing for Wednesday, August 16th. On the impact map, monsoonal moisture starting to stream up from south to north. The wetter storms being indicated in the green. You see a solid swath of it across eastern areas as we go through the period. And then looking further north, a tale of two cities. Hot, dry, high pressure over the Pacific Northwest is pushing in and creating dry conditions up in some of our large incidents up in Idaho, but that heat will dissipate also by the end of the week. A lot of lightning across eastern areas, but also a lot of precipitation. These greens here are over an inch of rain, otherwise also high humidity. Did have some high initial attack with a plethora of lightning, but nothing getting big as the humidity continues to climb through much of the southern areas. Here's precipitation for the past 7 days, quite heavy in southern areas, but there's a fine line. You go further north of the I-80 corridor or west of Winnemucca, and not much at all. Our ERC percentiles, you can see they're driest up in northwest Nevada, somewhere to the 80th to 90th percentile. Same across the Snake River Plain. Drying out, but taking longer across the heavier fuels of the mountains of central Idaho. We look at some of our ERC charts up there. You can see they're, after the rain of a week or two ago, they're bouncing back with a near record heat right now. But our western areas are the ones that are driest near normal late summer conditions. And further down south, near the Thompson Ridge fire, you can see that they shot up quite a bit, but then went down the last 3 or 4 days as the monsoonal moisture started coming in. You can see that monsoonal moisture streaming up here on the satellite, caught between a high pressure region over the Four Corners and developing low pressure off the California coast. We see that today, that low pressure and high pressure. When you have both the low, normally the Four Corners high is necessary to transport monsoonal moisture. When you have the upper level low, that increases that southerly flow. So we expect to see thunderstorms expand in coverage today. You can see our 7-day, our driest areas are in southwest Idaho, where you can see the humidity is in the low to mid-teens, mid to upper teens in northwest Nevada, but 30% or higher elsewhere. You can see the showers expanding, not quite really heavy yet. These gray areas are just a couple of hundredths to a tenth of an inch. Heaviest amounts of a quarter, half inch over the higher terrain of Utah and the high Sierra. But you can see those temperatures up in Idaho, 105 in Boise, and even up at over a mile high, 93 degrees in McCall. That's got to be near record levels. Now for tomorrow, between the high pressure and the low, more monsoonal moisture starts developing. You can see the showers expanding, and especially across Utah, you see a lot more of that green to blue. That's a tenth to a quarter inch, some places a half inch of rain. Drier lightning here. We may see IA pick up in our northwestern areas, but the humidities are high. I should go back again, just see that these humidities up here across Nevada, they'll be above 20% for the most part, but still dry further north. And then on Friday, a deeper plume of monsoonal moisture confined to Utah right now, where some very heavy rain is going on. But there's also a tongue of dry air pushing up into parts of southern and central Nevada. We're going to have to watch that because winds will be picking up there on the front side of that low. We'll see that in a second. We'll see the heavy rains here again in southern and central Utah and much of eastern Utah and the high Sierra. But in this dry blanket through here, you see the humidities, upper single digits to mid-teens. We also have some winds here of 15 to 25, maybe gusts to 30 miles per hour in this narrow belt. I'll have to watch those areas because there has been some recent lightning. Some gusty winds up here in Idaho as well. The humidities, though, you see them climbing up above 20% for the most part. 3-day precipitation totals through here, heaviest in the east. That's going to change as we go into Saturday. Not only do we have the high pressure that has was the Four Corners high, but it's clockwise flows pushing up moisture from the south. Not only do we have the low off the Southern California coast pulling up that moisture, we also have developing hurricane, or soon to be a hurricane, and if it develops, it'll be called Greg. All three will combine as a trifecta to push up copious amounts of monsoonal moisture, almost a mega monsoon. And you can see where it's centered, right on Nevada, right on the Arizona Strip, and probably the eastern half of, the western half of Utah. You can see our 7-day out here, and then monsoon just really deep, and you see that dark green color. That's just cloudy skies, heavy rain all day long, and that'll continue shifting a bit further north and west as we go through Monday and Tuesday next week, and there's more monsoonal moisture waiting in the wings, so things not over yet. You can see these 7-day precipitation totals. A lot of this is in the day 4 through 7 period, and these reds, these are 4+ inch rain amounts, and lots of 1 to 2 inches of rain. We see the blue and light blue, and getting up into the mountains of central Idaho as well. So everyone gets doused down, and that above normal precipitation continues right on through the last week of August. This concludes our briefing. Have a great day.